All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the World of Sports. Jack McKenney. Today we're doing hockey talk, and you already know who's on the other line. My good friend Max, hockey friend Max, who always a pleasure talking hockey with him. And Max, how you doing right now?
Doing great. Happy to be on again.
Yeah, I'm.
Good time talking hockey with you.
Yeah, of course. Very positive attitude considering the recent Calder announcement, which I love to see. But anyways, we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna talk about the playoffs of the Eastern Conference side of things. Obviously, we already talked about the Hurricanes and Rangers. You can look at that video; it's on my channel already. But we're going to talk about the other three series and the teams, I guess, a little bit, and then the Calder and Vesnia, awards, our picks, etc. But anyways, let's get right into it. So moving into the Calder award, which is presented to the most outstanding rookie, we have Quinn Hughes, Cale Makar, and Dominic Kubalik. Max, what are your thoughts?
It hasn't been much of a surprise seeing Makar or Hughes in the running. Those are the two that most people mentioned throughout the entire season when talking about who's probably in the Calder race. I felt like the third spot was going to be a throw-up. I really couldn't tell who was going to get it, really. Obviously, being a Rangers fan, I felt like Fox could have slid in there for a third. But obviously, Kubalik with his 30-goal season, is definitely not a surprising pick that you put in the running for that. So, obviously I'd like to see Fox I would have liked to see Adam Fox in that top three, but, I'm not surprised that he wasn't because honestly, outside of Rangers media and stuff, he wasn't talked about much around the league, or he's kind of a under the radar person, under the radar rookie this season. New York media. So, I'm not surprised he didn't get in that top three, but, would have liked to see it, but, not bitter about it or anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think, to be honest, I think it's very, just putting three defensemen in there is a little, I don't know. It's just a little bit kind of, I think you have to get a forward in there. I also was maybe expecting Merzlikins to be in there.
That's true.
He did have a great season. But, Kubalik is so underrated that, even when we were talking about, you remember that video, we were talking about the Edmonton, and we were talking about how the Blackhawks have, a young core, but they also have old stars, and we didn't even mention Dominic Kubalik. He's so under the radar, and he had 30 goals this season. So that's my bad. But, that just kind of shows how under the radar this guy is. I really thought also Victor Olofsson got snubbed. He had a great season. I think he led all rookies in points, maybe. He had an awesome season for Buffalo, but it's whatever. My pick is Quinn Hughes. I think he deserves it just because I don't think Vancouver's D-core would be where it's at without him. He just carried this D-core basically. Myers really didn't have a good season, and he stepped up and was their number one guy on that D-core. And, I don't think they'd be at the 7 seed, without Quinn Hughes in this D-core. But what are your thoughts?
You see, I'm more on the Cale Makar side of the debate. But, for me, it's kind of just I can't make a good case for Makar over Hughes or Hughes over Makar. I feel like it's just a toss-up.
Yeah.
I really can't make a good case for one over the other. They're just two incredible puck-moving offensive threat and pretty solid defense players. I guess I would go Makar over Hughes, but
it's such a toss-up.
About Vancouver's D-core, whether it be without Hughes. Yeah, you can't really argue that when the Avalanche themselves have a pretty solid, just all-around team, I would say. But I don't know, something about Makar is just screams just elite. There's just something about that guy. He can control the pace of play on his own. speed up and slow down play at his own will, and he just does some incredible stuff on the ice that just makes you just like stand back and say, "Wow, he's just that kind of an impact player." So I feel like he would be a good call to pick, even if it's over Hughes.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at their farms, their farm system or their rookie players who haven't come up yet. I mean, they already have Bowen Byram sitting there, number one ranked prospect. So if he's going to be alongside Makar, I mean, that's just a nasty duo to watch out for. I mean, probably one of the best pairs in the NHL, in my opinion. So I mean, this Avs decor is really only going up from now. I mean, that's honestly the reason why I took Hughes. Why I'm saying Hughes is because like I feel like it's just a little easier to argue, like his case, because like Makar, obviously he's a spectacular player and had a spectacular season. I just feel like Hughes is maybe like an easier argument. You know what I mean? Just because like the Avs have such a like sick team, and they have already like a solid decor, but. I totally agree with you. It's a complete toss up, really. But anyways, moving on, we have the Vesnia Trophy, which is presented to the best goalie throughout the season. And our nominees are Connor Hellebuyck, Andrei Vasilevsky, and Tuukka Rask. For me, Max, honestly, all the way, it's Connor Hellebuyck. I think he kept this Winnipeg team in contention, if we want to call it contention. He had 6 shutouts with a 2.95 GAA, so led the league in shutouts. And really, I mean, I know we've talked about Winnipeg's decor before, but, in my opinion, I mean, really didn't have much defense around him and had an incredible season.
Yeah, just Hellebuyck's season has just screamed Vezina for me. Just a complete Vezina caliber season, considering the decor in front of him, which, like I'll mention again, I think is a little underrated, and I think they did a good job for the situation they were in, Winnipeg. But yeah, I don't know. Hellebuyck has, his season just screams Vezina, putting up those stats, and right now I'd say he's probably the best goalie in the league. Definitely the best American goalie in the league right now. He's just like the complete package. He makes himself big in net. Just takes away options. He's athletic to boot. So, like, if he does get out of position, he recovers really well. But there's really not much to shoot at when he's in net. He's just really extremely positionally sound. And he's just a struggle to beat if you're trying to shoot on him or make a play on him. So, I agree with your choice for Connor Hellebuyck for Vezina.
Yeah,
definitely over Vasilevsky and Tuukka Rask.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you just compare. I mean, the Lightning have one of the best decors in the league with McDonough, Hedman, Sergachev, I think Braden Coburn's like their 6th best D-man. Like, their decor's insane. Same with Boston, with McAvoy, Krug, Chara had a great season, Matt Grzelcyk, I mean, Brendan Carlo. Like, you just compare the decors and the stats, and I think if you don't take Connor Hellebuyck, it's really kind of, a shame. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy you agree with me on that because it's I totally agree with you. I think it's Connor Hellebuyck all the way.